Hey everyone, it's Ted Branshaw here with Southeastern Grassland Initiative and Quail Forever. Here with a invasive of the week video for you guys. This week we're going to be looking at bush honeysuckle or Amur honeysuckle, Lonicera maackii. Right now it's neither in flower nor in fruit, which makes it the hardest time to identify it. But it's still pretty easily identifiable, and if you can identify it now, you can identify it when it's in flower and in fruit. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is bush honeysuckle right here. Looking at the leaves, there's a dead one right over here that I'm going to start with showing you guys. I got to be careful, there's a lot of poison ivy through here. So it is a shrub, and so the main branches will branch off really low to the ground and then come up. It can get to about to a maximum of 20 feet tall, although I'd say on average they are shorter, maybe like a dozen feet high, or 6 feet, it depends. But there's another one back there. You can see the shrub. The bark has these ridges and lines that run parallel to the branch, and it's got a pretty distinct look to it. So once you got an eye for it, you can just spot the bark typically from a distance and know what it is. And very unique to it, and very easily sets it apart from any native honeysuckles, at least in Kentucky, is it's got this hollow stem that I broke off there. Now the leaves are opposite, so it's an opposite shrub, hollow stems. That's pretty much enough right there to tell you it's probably bush honeysuckle. The leaves are sort of like an elongated tear shape, pinnately veined, which just means the veins come off of this midrib and they go to the side. Another opposite leaved shrub that doesn't have hollow stems but does have opposite leaves would be dogwoods, but the venation is wrong. Dogwood's venation is very unique, and all the veins curve much strongly towards the tips of the leaves in dogwoods, much more so than these do. They have a slight curve to them, but dogwoods are much more pronounced. So opposite leaves that look like this. I've shown you the bark, hollow stem, likely bush honeysuckle. It likes to invade the understory of forests. It was initially mostly an ornamental, but it's gotten way out of control. So as you can see, there's a few bush honeysuckles. So this branching is another one. There's quite a few through here. They like the understories. To treat them, they are quite stubborn. Just cutting them will not be enough. So for example, on this one, to treat them, get rid of them, what I would recommend is coming through and cutting them off, relatively low, and then with the stump either put on glyphosate or triclopyr. You want to do this ideally in the growing season, in like August to October, because that's when the shrubs are moving nutrients from the leaves into the roots and vice versa most actively. And so if you put the herbicides on them, then it'll move around the most. It'll kill more plant tissue and keep it from coming back. It fruits in autumn, and there'll be little red berries. Oh, trying to compare to the leaf. So pretty small. It's a good, quite small. Red berries. They'll hold those on through a lot of the winter, or at least for the early parts of the winter rather. And birds love them. Unfortunately, spread them everywhere. To my knowledge, they're not actually very nutritious for the birds, but they eat them anyway. And it flowers in May to early June. This is filmed in late June, and thus it has neither, but You don't really need either to identify this, and if you can identify it without fruits and flowers, you can identify it just about any time. So that is your invasive of the week, bush honeysuckle.